Hi and welcome everyone. What is happening with the altcoins? I'm seeing an explosion of altcoins popping out their heads. The ones that's been lagging behind finally catching up and having those nice little breakouts to the upside. Also looking at Ethereum, is this what we've been waiting for? A nice little break of trend to the upside, currently being rejected here by the weekly level. Will we perhaps build a bull flag here for momentum to the upside? Also, I have two altcoins that I'm watching, and I've got my alerts ready and my lines ready. I want to share those two trades with you. Yes, you saw it right. I am looking at Bonk, and it's one of those meme coins I said I will not trade, but it is looking so juicy, you know. And as traders, we trade everything that goes up and down as long as the technicals make sense and the resistance and the supports are there to guide us. With your alarms set and good risk management, we can trade anything. So let's go through the two altcoins that I've got ready for a nice little trade, and also take you through some dominance, and let's look at CVD as well. And before we dive in, please like and subscribe this video. It's your way to show love towards this channel, helps me keep on going and bringing you this amazing analysis. Also, my affiliate links down in the description. Bybit, my favorite exchange that I like to use more for swing trading and spot trades, and then I also use Mexi for scalping because of their low fees. Please support me by using my affiliate links. Sign up, it costs you nothing, and it's your way to support the channel. So let's get serious. Looking at the price of Bitcoin over here. Okay, the first thing we have to acknowledge is that we've got this downsloping trend line, and I've also got this green trend line that I've been tracking since this momentum to the upside. Cool. So looking at this green trend line that we've been forming since the 15th of October to where we are right now, kind of losing steam at the moment on Bitcoin, but still not making lower lows. So the structure still remains intact for higher momentum to come. Will it be a corrective wave to the upside or an impulsive wave to the upside? For now, it does look like it's more corrective towards the upside, considering the steam that we are losing here as well. But anything can happen. Even a corrective wave to the upside can make some significant gains, and we are here to trade those gains. Okay, so zooming back into the 1 hour, the one thing I do want to have a look at and show you guys is CVD. So we have lost this green trend, currently consolidating below, not really breaking through. When I go onto CVD and I click on the 15-minute and we zoom out a little bit, you know, if in doubt, zoom out. What do we see? The one thing I do want to highlight is, grab my marker, can actually zoom out a little bit more. Really, because CVD tells a story, and I just want to share with you the story that I'm seeing here on the CVD, is to say that when you look at CVD from this pivot, or even from this pivot to this pivot, okay, higher lows, and you look at CVD, lower lows, okay, lower lows, not on blue, but definitely on the Bybit exchange line. So bullish CVD. You can even take it from these pivots to say bullish CVD building. Then from this pivot to that pivot, bullish CVD. Okay, bullish CVD. And so let's just complete it. And then again, from this pivot to this pivot, bullish CVD building on blue and on yellow. So blue being all the exchanges combined, yellow being Bybit perpetuals only. The story that it's telling me is to say that, well, since we formed this first bullish CVD, and the CVD that forms first usually takes priority, and the target being this high over here. Okay, I still count this as a valid CVD because this target has not been claimed as yet. Okay, then when we came up here, we formed more bullish CVD, of which this is the target, and between this pivot and this pivot, this is the target. Okay, and then when you look at liquidity, we've got liquidity, beautiful. I don't know how many hundreds of millions of dollars of liquidity lying above this level over here. Then when I go into the liquidity, let's go on to the 1 week. We zoom in or we refresh it, and you can see here by the, between the $45,000 and $44,000 level, beautiful liquidity lying on top. And without being biased, CVD is telling me at the moment that probability wise we will find more momentum to the upside. Okay, also when I take all of this out, nothing's cast in stone, and the market can do anything. But even with this momentum to the upside, grab my pen, with this momentum to the upside, look at this. Okay, so purely based on what CVD is telling me, then jumping back into the price of Bitcoin, could this be building up? Grab my pen. Could this be building up a spring for continuation to the upside, grabbing all the liquidity above as of that I've just shown you, and also claiming this high and also claiming this high? Okay, and this could also be seen as a corrective wave to the upside, where what if this is an A, B, C, and then let's take the scribble out the way. Let's just say, okay, oops, take a fib expansion from the bottom to the top to the bottom, drag it across, and now we need to start looking at some levels of confluence. So I'll switch on my daily levels and look at some of the levels of confluence that I'm watching. Is to say that, well, when I look at a possible ABC corrective wave to the upside, this could mean that the minimum target for a C wave is the 0.618, which is in confluence with a daily level. And also when you do a fixed range pull, just want to fixed volume range pull for this area over here, you'll see that it's also in alignment with the value area high. So definitely a level that I will be watching to see how price reacts if we do get there. So potentially we break through this daily and we SFP from this level, perhaps retesting this trend line for then momentum back to the upside to come and grab all the liquidity above these highs over here. And I do have a SFP, swing failure pattern line, is to say that, well, when we do get up here, how do we react to this price action? Are we going down, or are we going to break through with high volume, consolidate above for higher levels? C wave targets can be the 0.618. Common targets for a C wave is the 1-to-1 ratio and the 1.236. Okay, it can also extend to the 1.618, which is an extension, or I would say a very aggressive C wave to the upside, which is in perfect confluence with the value area high of the bull run of 2020. So if you go and measure that value fixed range volume profile, you will see that it's in perfect confluence there. Okay, also the 1.236 in confluence with the yearly level. Well, close enough. You could get that SFP or movement down, all observing the price reaction, grabbing all the liquidity here on top. It just really looks like, for me, it looks like we need a fake out to the upside to get people really, really bullish. Okay, we're going up now, the bull cycle is in full swing, only to have a nice deeper correction to come and claim this level, major point of control that I've been eyeing, or speaking about, for a nice little deeper correction for a healthy move back towards the upside. We need a little bit of a cool off it's just the sense that I'm getting. We need a little bit of a cool off. So taking all this scribble out the way, from a bearish side, and I'm not always just perma bear or perma bull, I have to share always two scenarios, bearish and bullish, because the market is here to surprise us. What if, so let me take my pen out the way. Let's take this value area out the way. So very important level that we've discussed here. First level I would like to see is the 0.618. This daily doesn't really have confluence with anything else except this little consolidation area over here, and it kind of feels like if we are going to get here, we might as well come and grab the liquidity above. Okay, it's close enough. Looking at liquidity, you want to grab that liquidity at least before you have momentum to the downside. Ideally, come and grab all of those beautiful early shorts, okay, for then a nice correction to the downside. From a bearish perspective, if we do not find success in breaking through this diagonal and this diagonal, which is acting as resistance at the moment, together with 2 daily levels, and if we do not successfully break through here and we do find momentum to the downside, we do also have a weekly and a daily level which is in perfect confluence with each other. So if I go, take all the scribble out the way, and just hide some of these things so it looks nice and clean. We can also take this out the way. If I go into the daily, just want to show you guys. Okay, you will see, switch on my daily levels. Okay, we have a daily level. On the daily, we have a daily open and close at the same level. It hasn't been tapped yet. When I go into the weekly, also, open and closed hasn't been tapped yet. So this is quite nice confluence when you have a daily and a weekly level at the same level. It just gives you that extra nice support that you are looking for, that if we do find downwards momentum, a possible bouncing area for long to the upside. Okay, so that's basically my bullish and bearish scenarios on Bitcoin, just, you know, analyzing it there quickly for you guys. Then we jump into the Bitcoin dominance, and what we are seeing over here is absolutely fantastic, and this is why the altcoins are rampaging at the moment, is to say that this momentum here from 22nd of November last year, 22, we've just been making wave after wave after wave to the upside. One of the Elliott wave scenarios that I had in mind is to say that, well, this looks to me like a wave 1, 2, nice expansive third wave, then 4 and 5. Could this be the end where we are going to lose the trend and start tumbling down? Okay, of course we're not going to go down in a straight line, but we do know that drops are usually a little bit more aggressive than taking the stairs and taking the elevator to the downside. Okay, so it could, you know, have those, we could have those little bounce to the downside for an ultimate altcoin explosion. Okay, so this is what's basically making the alts rampage at the moment, is this Bitcoin dominance finding momentum to the downside, completing. So if you look at wave 3, 4 and 5, so 5 also has to have 5 waves inside of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they all balance perfectly, and I was anticipating this ABC correction to the downside, of which now it looks like we are busy with a C wave, or it could be a larger A wave still in the making. But also we need to take into consideration that if this is a short ABC finding support in this area over here, we could have another bounce come and retest the trend for potentially movement down, or break back above to continue the momentum to the upside. Okay, and this is where the altcoins, I think, will bleed a little bit and stand still and give Bitcoin the limelight to catch up and, you know, set the direction for the market. Okay, so that's basically the reason we're having this nice little altcoin popcorn effect at the moment. One trade that I am watching at the moment is keep an eye on Doge. Okay, beautiful upsloping trend line, which I call my home line. This is my home line. Okay, any price action for me coming back into this home line is a great buying opportunity. Great buying, filling up your spot bags on the way up. And now we have this beautiful momentum sloping down trend line, and could we have that breakout? Yeah, stop below the low, whichever time frame you like to trade, for a nice potential breakout to the upside. So definitely a coin that I'm watching at the moment is Dogecoin. It looks really juicy, and I would not want to miss this, because it kind of feels like Doge has not had that run that some of the other altcoins had, like Rune and Solana and Bonk, and it just looks ripe for the picking. So definitely keep an eye on this trend line. Set your alarm. You'll see I've got my alarm set over here. I've been tracking this momentum. I have been nibbling, buying up little bits, filling up my spot bags, and I'm waiting for this breakout to the upside. Okay, cool. Taking the scribble out. Next coin, Ethereum. I was a bit late with this one, you know, to show you guys, but I basically on Ethereum played that little breakout, and well, we're finding some nice momentum to the upside now. Is this ETH's time to catch up? I don't know, but yeah, nice beautiful momentum to the upside. I think even if I take a fib extension from this low to the high, and potentially a 1, 2, 3, and we're now making a fourth wave for a fifth wave to continue, you can see that we've hit the 2.618 area for now, where we're now consolidating and rejecting. Okay, it just blasted through the 1.618 area, no problem at all, which is also a common third wave target. And yeah, it can still go much higher. We can go to the 3618, the 4618, the 5618. It all just depends on the steam and the momentum that ETH has behind it. Okay, so definitely also a coin that I've played the breakout over here. You want to see perhaps a nice little bull flag forming, you know, draw your trend line, and off to the races you go. XTZ. No leverage trade for me on XTZ, but also a beautiful long trend, downwards trend that's just been broken. I mean, if I zoom, I'm here on the daily chart. If I zoom out, it's one of the alts lagging behind. Most of the alts are here already. They're here. Okay, so I still see big momentum to the upside, or to the upside for Tezos. And definitely, you know, we have this high. We have this high, and at each high it can be a TP1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the major resistance I see for Tezos, for potentially a minimum target, is, grab my resistance, this area over here. Okay, we have an order block over there, nice little support. It's been acting as support and resistance in the past. So if I take the scribble out here, let's measure this move potentially to the upside. Take my ruler from where we are right now to even these highs over here. You're looking at 82%, 112%, and potentially the ultimate TP1 target, or the TP2, however you want to do it, 141%. Will it have the steam to catch up? It just looks beautiful from a spot perspective. I mean, you can't really go and 100x and 50x this coin. How, you know, you're not going to be able to manage your risk. So this for me is definitely a spot buy. Ideally you would have wanted to buy here at the breakout, but I think it's still in a loading up zone. Even if we have little retracements to the downside, I just want to grab my brush here. I think even if we come down here for a beautiful retest, I mean, that's where you load your bags for then potentially take off. But it can also do this, like some of the other altcoins just exploding to the upside. Okay, so definitely a spot buy for me. Then Bonk. What is happening with Bonk? I heard about Bonk, I read about Bonk, I missed Bonk, and now it looks like Bonk is at an interesting buying zone. Okay, currently being supported by this support over here. Not able to break through, it acts as resistance, finally breaking through, and now we formed this beautiful downsloping momentum, and I've drawn this downsloping trend. Also set your alarm. Let me set my alarm over here for a potential buy or a replay on the Bonk scenario. If you feel that you've missed out on this whole Bonk meme coin and everyone making insane gains on it, this could be a second opportunity to see, well, if it holds, if support holds over here, and we are not breaking down with high volume, then consolidating for a retest for momentum down, you need to look at price reaction. So fine if we come down here and we consolidate and get momentum back to the upside for that ultimate breakout and lift off to potentially even come and claim this high again. Okay, so definitely keeping an eye on Bonk. And I think, you know, there's many altcoins that's run so much at the moment, it's, yeah, I just can't FOMO into a trade. So definitely keeping an eye on Bonk, keeping an eye on Dogecoin. You know, set your alarms, draw your trends in here. As always, practice good risk management. And that's basically it from my side. Hope you enjoyed the update. Until the next one, cheers for now.